In this chapter, we'll build an accordion in JavaScript. As usual, we'll start with the simplest possible implementation. We'll begin by adding a wrap all div, that is the outermost wrapping div of the accordion component. So in index.html, I'll press the exclamation mark, tab to expand the emmet abbreviation. I'll also add script.js back inside the index. I'll add the script with the src of script.js and the defer attribute. And here inside the body element, I'll add a div with an ID of js-accordion and the class of simplest-accordion. The rest of the code is pending right here. So now let's plan the structure of our simple accordion. Let's think about the structure we're adding inside the simplest accordion wrapping div. We can think of it as any number of collapsible bars, and thus each collapsible bar needs to have 1. A wrapping div for each accordion item, 2. An always visible element that we might call accordion item header, and 3. The collapsible section that we might call accordion item body. Putting it all together, it should look something like this. Let me format that a little bit. Well, basically I only need to pull this div back outside, closing div tag, and maybe move the text inside a bit by tabbing it one more time. So that's going to make this a lot easier to read. So let me now add another accordion element so that I have at least 2, and I'll explain soon enough why that is important. So this is the title of the first accordion item, the body of the first accordion item, the title of the second accordion item, and the body of the second accordion item. Okay. Now, let's style these elements. So here, and inside, I'll set body to max width of 500, well, 600 pixels, whatever. Maybe 500 is better because my preview is kind of short. So by saying preview, I mean this window right here. So yeah, let's make it 500 pixels, and I'll set the margin to 100 pixels auto 0. Let me also add some minimal styles to each of the accordion items. So I'm just going to have a border and a light colored background. So that way my accordion actually gets some styling. And now let me style the accordion item body. So here I have a few more CSS declarations, CSS key value pairs. So I'm setting the padding, the height, overflow, transition, etc. The reason is that initially I want to have this item body hidden, so that's why the height is set to 0, overflow to hidden, opacity is also 0, and so on and so forth. So now I'll be setting up the logic in my script.js file. So basically what I need to do here is set an accordion items, well, query the selector that tries to find all the accordion item divs on the two. So because there are two, I'm going to be using document.querySelectorAll, and I'm going to pass it accordion-item. Then I'm going to assign that to the accordion items variable, and then I'm going to run a for loop over this collection, and for each of the items in the collection I'll add an event listener that will listen for a click event. So pretty much here's my code. Let me just perhaps increase the size here of the VS Code window so that it's easier to understand what is happening here. And also I'll need to indent the contents of the for loop so that it all makes sense. It's a lot more readable this way. So we're setting up click event listeners and handling those clicks with anonymous functions for each element that has the accordion item class on it. On each of these elements, when they're clicked, we're toggling the open class. However, I still haven't defined the open class, so let me do it right now. So back in index.html, I'll just add .open accordion item body. And what that will do is it will change the accordion item body div to height auto instead of a 0 up to 1, and padding will be 20 pixels all around, meaning that the transition property here is going to make this transition happen in 350 milliseconds. So now I'm going to press Ctrl S to save all on the index file and all on the script.js file, and I'm going to restart the link right here. Perhaps one more thing to make this more obvious is to increase the font size of everything on the page. So, well, not everything. Let's increase the font size of accordion item header. So back down here just to confirm. So I've got accordion item header, and let's make that font significantly larger. So right here, accordion item header is going to have font dash size of, let's say, 36 pixels. And also I want to update the font family on the body itself to sans serif. Okay, and finally I'm going to update the background right here to, let's say, plum, just to make things a bit more interesting. Well, actually that's borders, so well, I guess we can keep border perhaps purple and background plum, purple and plum, and that seems to look nice. Perhaps even too big here, so I'll decrease the size of this accordion item header to 26 pixels, and now it looks like it's a bit more, I guess, better looking. So let's try pressing the first accordion item and it opens. Pressing the second one, that one opens as well. So the reason why I was adding the two accordion items is to have a better real-world example of how they interact with each other. And that's basically it. I do have some artifact right here, this little scroll bar appearing on the toggle of the open class, but that's a CSS issue. You can try to tackle it on your own, and later on I might add a solution to this issue as well in the description of this video. But either way, the point of the video that we did pretty easily and pretty straightforward was to build a simple accordion in JavaScript. So that's what we just did right here. Alright, so that's it for this video. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please share it with your friends.